Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Leah. Stay tuned to see how I turn this dress into this one. So this dress has been sitting in my closet for probably about 2 or 3 years. It has holes all over it. It's very just not flattering at all. I got it from my mom and she had this dress for who knows how long, honestly. And I knew I just wasn't going to wear it at all, so I was like, let me try to revamp it. So I started off by first getting a seam ripper. I think that's what this thing is called. Honestly, this is my first time ever doing anything like this. I've never made clothes a day in my life. I mean, I've done DIY clothing items before, but I've never used a sewing machine, which I will be using later on in this video. So I'm just popping the seam, and I'm doing that just so I can cut the mesh along the entire dress, because this dress was looking real bad. It was looking like a conservative person trying to be sexy and still trying to be conservative at the same time, and I wasn't with it. So once that was done, I flipped it over and I removed that horrible looking belt. The rhinestones were basically gone off of that thing. It was just causing more tears and more damage to the dress. I then put the dress back on just so I can see how it was looking, as well as to see where I wanted to cut my dress. So I took, this is a silver eyeliner pencil, because at the time I did not have any type of fabric pen or whatever. I ended up buying one later on, but that worked at the moment. I don't have like sewing items. I didn't have those little bob pins. I don't know what they're called. So I used a wig. I used some wig T-pins just to hold the fabric in place. Me just trying to, you know, act like I know what I'm doing here. And it ended up working out for me. So I did this so that the fabric could stay in place as I'm cutting it. I've seen some people do this before, and I've seen my stepmother do this. So I was just hoping, you know, maybe this would work for me. As an attempt to make sure I got the lines as straight as possible, I folded it down onto the edge of where the dress currently stopped, and I drew a line there so I can cut along it. And it wasn't a major fail, but it wasn't as straight as it could have been. I then put T-pins all along the hemline of it, as well as on the sides where the mesh on the underarm part of it used to go. I just wanted that to be a lot smoother. Then I went to the part of the dress that I had cut, and I used that extra fabric to make straps. And for the straps, I just took the amount of fabric that I wanted it to be, as thick as I wanted it to be, and I made 2 of them, cut those out, and then I folded them in half each and sewed along the edge of them. And then to get them inside out, basically, I'm just using a whole bunch of hair tools, honestly. I took a crochet hook for like crocheting your hair, and I stuck it onto the edge of the fabric, closed the latch, and pulled it through. Hold on. We have to pause this real quick. Y'all don't understand how stressful this machine was. Like, if it's your first time sewing anything, this thing was horrible. Like, I had to keep re-sewing. You know what? Let me just get back to it, because I'm gonna just rant for too long. Alright, after fighting with the sewing machine, this is what the dress is looking like. Looking very boobylicious and good and snatched and But I decided to go a little further and put a slit on the side of it and close up the existing slit in the back. Like I said, I do not own any sewing materials. All I did was buy a $20 sewing machine, which came with a few other accessories. So I'll be teaching myself how to sew, because I want to do this as well as several other projects. So here I am literally taking a folder and my eyeliner pen, and I'm drawing out where I want to cut, and I'm going to be closing up the gap in the back. Now, once again, I decided to go a step further with this one, because I honestly did not see where I would be wearing this. I'm not someone who's that comfortable with all that kind of cleavage out, and I also want to dress down the dress a bit, which would also give me more support, and I'd feel more comfortable wearing this dress out if it was just a little more covered up. So I went in with some eyelets. I did have to make a trip to Michael's to get the eyelets, and they only had those little flower eyelets I just showed you. And I also decided to just pick up a fabric pencil to mark out where I want my eyelets to go. And because they're flower eyelets, I don't want the flowers, so I'm putting them on backwards. To make sure the eyelets are evenly matched up on both sides, I'm flipping the dress. I'm basically marking inside each hole just to make sure I know that each eyelet is matched up appropriately. And all that's left for me to do is just lace up my dress and put it on, and that's about it. In the comments down below, please let me know at which stage of this dressmaking was your favorite. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it, and please subscribe to my channel. Until next time guys, see you later.